How do you advise them think about those like initial kind of supply strategies and like who to focus on? So I feel like that, has a significant impact on the marketplace as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a right or a wrong in this case. It really depends on sort of where your passions lie. I do believe that I personally, Options Express retail investors, I tried doing institutional business and never loved it. Reverb, I owned a guitar store. Like you would think, actually, let me go back a step. My first software business, my family owned a travel agency. I learned that business at the age of 8. I started building software for travel agencies. I realized my family's business was going to be out of business in the next 3 to 5 years. It didn't stop me from building software. When I started Options Express, like it was online brokerages were going to replace brokers. So like this whole idea of thinking about, where your business is going and these trends are really, really important. Um, I lost my thought there for a sec, Mike. It was
I think what I was trying to ask about is, it sounds like the kind of supply strategy for Pango is more
yeah,
like individual sellers, whereas Reverb, is more kind of like, resellers, and then, like
exactly.
starting from owning a guitar shop yourself, like the businesses, right? Brick and mortar.
I do believe you got to follow like
Yeah.
so back to the Option Express institutional versus retail, Reverb dealer versus individual. So my thoughts on that is I love a lot of littles. I love a lot of little transactions. I hate sales. If you like selling an enterprise and you want to go after like big customers that are going to bring tons of inventory to your platform, God bless you. I hate it. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a SaaS enterprise salesperson. I want to build as many little transactions as possible. And if one customer leaves, I could care less. And if that customer is like picky and they need these 5 features or else they're gone, that isn't critical to how I think about business. So that works for my personality. And that's not right or wrong. That's just David's opinion and David knowing David well enough in my background to do that. I challenge you all to do the same thing. If you don't like lots of little customers and customer service that has to like deal with little $3 ACH transfers and people complaining about, a little button that's, 2 pixels too big, then you shouldn't get into a retail oriented peer-to-peer type marketplace. Like to me, that's like an obvious thing. But for most people, it isn't. They just are trying to chase money. And to me, I've always focused on what I'm gonna willing to stay up all night working on. And to me, I'm willing to stay up all working on. When I see 10,000 people on my site at one time, I'm like, that motivates me. If I had to go get one big customer to like do the payroll, that would make me vomit. Like I couldn't deal with that.